What's up, guys? It's me again. Um, Let me flip you around here. 2016 Chevy Cruze. This one has the 1.8 engine, that Ecotech thing. Um, and the customer complaint on this is, well, when she called, she did mention that she needed a catalytic converter. Um, just the looks of the car, for some reason, it seemed like it was just sitting up somewhere. So I'm not sure why. But anyway, it got towed in, and I got it, and the battery was completely dead. So when I jumped it off, there was no check engine light or anything. Now I did, however, when I jumped it off, I could hear this exhaust leak. Um, and that kind of gave me an idea that maybe it's not so much the substrate on the cat that's the problem, but that exhaust leak. So I was wondering where the exhaust leak was coming from, and if you're seeing here, if the camera is picking that up, you are seeing smoke down here. I just want to show you the diag process on that. Yeah, you're seeing that. I'm sure you're seeing that. So what happens is, because I was hearing the exhaust leak, I got it on the left with the car running, and just listening up and down. It was certainly up in that area there. I was wondering if it was the flange, on the other side of this cat, which will cause catalytic codes. Because the O2 sensor, if I can show you this. So you see, we've got, I took out the O2 sensor to hook up my smoker there. And then you have the catalytic converter right there. And, the pipe runs over, and the other O2 sensor, as you can see, that's it there. So any exhaust leak, what I'm getting to is any exhaust leak you will have between this O2 sensor and the other one will cause some kind of cat codes, cat efficiency codes, or sometimes they're more manufacturer specific type codes. But anyway, because I was hearing the exhaust leak, I decided to do this. I was searching with my flashlight, and I just couldn't see. I could hear it, and I know it was between these two O2 sensors. So what I decided to do, and to me, just being in the field, it seemed like a lot of guys overlook this oftentimes, but it was to smoke the exhaust system. So that's what I'm doing here, and in doing that, I found the leak. Let me see here. In fact, my smoker has probably stopped. I don't see any more smoke now. I just turned it off, by the way. But anyway, what I did was I took out the O2 sensor here, the upstream, and I just put a stopper in there, plug my hose in. So there's a hole on the other side of that stopper, and that's when I decided to send some smoke through. I didn't stop up the tailpipe. If it's where it I smoked it for a while and didn't see anything, then I would stop the tailpipe up to kind of build some pressure in case. But before jumping to do that, I really, it was up here, so I turned the machine on and just started looking. And it didn't take me long at all. I'm gonna turn it back on here. But it didn't take me long at all to find the problem. In fact, there I go. I'm putting smoke in it again. And what happens is, it's kind of where the cat is welded, because this is all one unit. The exhaust manifold and the catalytic converter, it's all one unit. But essentially, looking at it, it would be where the cat is welded to the exhaust manifold. From what I can see, that's where the leak is coming from. In fact, if I can get it right there, let me see if I can get you right there. That you're seeing it there, that ridge. That's the welding bead, and anyway, that's where it's cracked. it could be with the battery might be low on this vehicle, why it's not putting out smoke again. But you saw it when the video started up, you know. But anyway, I just wanted to show you that. Well, there we go, we got some smoke going. All right, set this back in. But anyway, I mean, it's diagnosed already. I've pretty much pinpointed the leak. So what I'm gonna do in this case, for sure it's gonna have to come off anyway. There we go. So it's down there, and how I pinpoint that was the bead is I went down there with a mirror, which you wouldn't be able to see because I can't hold the flashlight and the mirror and the phone at the same time. But anyway, I've just got to take it off. There's a possibility in my case I might just re-weld it, and that might be the fix. You know, once I get it off, I'll know that for sure. The point of this video, guys, is to remember you've got your smoke machines, and sometimes it's so limited on its use. I see people sometimes it's like for evap, quote evap leak, that's the only time they'll break it out, and sometimes like way too much times I see it broken out too early for evap codes. But it's just a reminder that you know, go ahead and use it for your exhaust, to find your exhaust leak. There's a method where you can always put a vacuum in reverse to apply pressure through the tailpipe. I don't think it would have been really helpful in this case, and that's just because of where this leak is located. I mean, eventually I'd probably come up and zap some soapy water and you would see the bubbles there, but I'm just not sure how well I would have seen that. The smoke here is like a no-brainer. So anyway, that's what I wanted to show you guys. You know, keep your smoke machine in mind trying to find these exhaust leaks. And yes, keep another takeaway from this is when you have these cat codes, listen carefully, guys, because oftentimes I've seen it a bunch of times. It's an exhaust leak. And in fact, I do want to mention this. Consider the engine torquing. When in other words, I might have gone to find this leak and maybe I would have been unable to find it. But if I should take you know, a pry bar, a big one, and twist the engine, you know, let's say there's a bad mount or the engine, there's a crack in it, but at rest, the crack isn't really open. But when you put torque on the engine, that's when it opens. Keep all that in mind when you're diagnosing a catalytic converter. I mean, depending on where it is, if you didn't pinpoint it and replace the cat, then you might have fixed the problem. But depending on where that exhaust leak is, then, you know, probably you would not have fixed it. You would have put on a new one. In fact, the dealership lists the price. I think it's like $1,300 for the catalytic converter on this engine. That's according to the dealership. You know, I'm sure my customer will be happy because yes, this one came from the dealership, but you know, not to say I can see why they probably would just want to replace it, but as I say, I think I can get away, and that's after taking it off and seeing it. But I'm almost certain I'll be able to just re-weld that bead, and she'll be good to go, saving her quite a bit here. So anyways, hope you guys are doing well. Before you go, kind of look down there. You see that thumbs up thing? Go ahead and hit that. Alright, appreciate it. Now for that subscription button, subscribe, if you would go ahead and hit that as well. I'll give you guys a few seconds to do that. Alright, I appreciate it. Alright, you guys take care. Peace out. Thank you.